How do I do introduction? Hi, welcome back to Low High Trip. Trip or trips?
Trips.
Shit.
Plural.
You want to do the choir like la 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 like
Quiet?
yeah, choir.
Quiet.
Like
Okay, you can do.
la 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 la, and then someone playing piano. Dun dun. La 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 la. I don't know actually.
How about you give the tune for my theme song for the podcast?
You want to make a theme song? What are you friends, man?
Do it. Hum it.
No, man. I failed my music back in high school. I actually failed it.
You know, I'm so musically declined
Yeah.
that I can't tell like one note from the other.
Me too.
Sometimes people are like, oh, that's the wrong tune, wrong tone, wrong note. I don't even know what's the real.
I don't exactly
word for
know
it.
what tone or note is.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I just enjoy. I just like nice, not bad, good.
Yeah,
But
I like this music. I like the music.
I like it or I hate it. That's it. I don't know how to objectively be like, oh, the note, the tone, like
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe that's the reason why I feel like the both of us don't really appreciate people can hit all the notes. Like people like Adele, Beyonce, you know, those kind of artists where they have very good control over their vocal cords or whatever. Like they can sing really well, objectively.
Yeah.
But I feel like we kind of, we don't really like
but
them.
we like people like Joji. Like,
Yeah.
like that.
I mean, maybe it's just more like our music preference is not really about, we don't emphasize on a vocal.
Not skewed.
It's just like
It's not
the
like
whole package.
how like oh, can you
It's
go?
the vibe.
Yeah.
Would you say it's the vibe? In the end of the day, is this, how would you describe vibe though? What the hell is that?
Yeah. Such a Gen Z thing.
I think it's the energy or the message or the mood that
Like
they
the
make
plot,
you feel.
The plot of the song in that sense.
Yeah, genre.
Yeah.
Genre.
Yeah, so lame. Talk
Yeah.
so much.
Talk so much. We just like the genre. Yeah. No point. Might as well don't talk.
So lame.
Anyway, welcome back everyone to another episode of Low High Trips. And today we would like to welcome back Kasey with us. I think I'm talking a little bit loud. I think I'm just being very conscious about how I sound. So I just automatically... Do you think I lower my voice now that I'm talking? Because you mentioned that when I record podcast episodes, I lower my voice. Lower.
No, you don't. It's more like when you talk at work, you tend to lower your voice when you talk to certain customers. I feel like podcasts, it's not like the tone, like you talk higher or you talk lower. It's more like the structure, you sound so like formal.
I think the reason why I sound more formal on my podcast because that is how I would like. Oh my god, do you hear the crack? Fuck man, I'm getting old. why is my body so crispy by the way?
Crispy, crunchy.
Crunchy, yeah.
Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah. I think you mentioned before.
You can't do popping, yeah. You can't do high and sick.
Yeah. I think we talked about it before.
The moment you...
Yeah. Like someone break into the house and I'm just hiding and I'm just trying to move a few steps.
Handshot.
What was I talking about again?
Oh my god.
My voice?
Your voice.
Yeah. I think it's just like the way that I want to present a message in a more beautifully packaged way. In my mind, it's more structured so people can comprehend it easier.
Like how you would like to present yourself as to other people?
I wouldn't say how I present myself, but how I want to present a message. For example, if someone asks me like, hey, can you explain how this process works? So my way of explaining it, I'll do my best to make it very formal, very methodical, very step-by-step and systematic to me so that people can understand it from start to finish.
Yeah.
Instead of like random facts, like I wouldn't call it informal. It's just not so, step-by-step. I mean, I feel like I do talk like that on a day-to-day basis though. Even like whenever people ask me, I'm just like, oh, okay, firstly this, secondly this, then that.
So what makes you feel like you should do it when it comes to a podcast? That it would fit the best?
Honestly speaking...
Like how you link it being formal would be more suitable when it comes to podcasts.
Maybe because when I listen to podcasts, I think I listen to Lex Friedman quite a lot. And I think he's very... Structured is not the right way for it. Not the right word for it, but I think he's very organized.
Yeah.
He presents his thoughts and the way the conversations flow is very organized. It doesn't feel messy like Bobby Lee. I think Bobby is super messy, right? His name is Bobby Lee, right? By the way.
Yeah.
Okay, I just automatically.
What do you mean? You listen to him all the
Yeah,
time?
yeah, yeah. No,
Bobby
as in,
Lee, right?
I forgot the last name.
Tiger Belly?
Tiger Belly,
Yeah,
Tiger
yeah,
Belly,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I just forgot the last name. I thought it was maybe like
Lee,
Bobby
yeah, yeah.
Liu or something. Okay, Bobby Lee,
Bobby
yeah.
Lee, yeah.
Very nice roll of the tongue. Bobby Lee. Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like, yeah, I do enjoy his podcast episodes and his podcast in general, but I don't view it as a productive use of my time. I feel like it's enjoyable. It's nice to put in the background. It's very entertaining here and there, but sometimes it's just so messy or there is no proper structure to it, which is fine, which is perfectly fine. I think that's what I try to do sometimes with like the Sunset Gospel as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think I talked to you before. I don't really feel too proud of my the Sunset Gospel episodes.
Not productive enough.
Yeah, not what I envision in mind. So the production of it is not what I have in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. The reality doesn't mimic the fantasy that I have in my head.
You really think a lot, huh?
I think I do.
Yeah. You
You think so?
overthink the overthinking.
Like, can you give me an example? Like, how would you say I overthink?
Like how we talk about you overthinking. For example, you're gonna go to a place, you wanna buy, am I gonna get oatmeal or soy milk for my flat white? And while you're supposed to think of making a decision there, you thinking of why I would have this question in the first place, why I'm struggling to pick oatmeal or soy milk. Well, on the spot, you're supposed to pick the milk, but you're thinking why I'm struggling to pick the milk.
Yeah.
Why I'm sitting here actually thinking of this question at this spot, at this time. Like you're overthinking the overthinking.
I think I get what you mean. It's a bit like sometimes before I order my coffee, 99% I'm going for a soy flat white, right?
Yeah.
99%. But I always go through the same process, which is like, oh, should I try different milk? Oh, am I actually sick of soy now? That I have the thought of trying different milk?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, what the fuck? Like, that's why I feel like I find it so hard to empathize with people who are genuinely spontaneous.
Yeah.
Or they just decide on the spot. Like you give them an array of options and they just like this. And you're like, why? It's like, I don't know. But for me, it's like, I need to justify everything.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to justify everything.
Yeah.
Can you empathize with that?
I mean, I can see myself doing that, but not to that, like, that point, that extent. I think you're another level, like a bit too much. I'll be honest. I don't know how you feel, but sometimes when I look at you, I feel like it's not the most convenient. Like not to me. Like looking at you, I feel like you find it not too convenient. Sometimes like the middle of like something, you just caught yourself like overthinking too much. Like overthinking. I think it's quite draining looking at you.
I think
I'm not saying I'm drained. I just like I feel look like you're drained. Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't affect me to be honest. Okay. I'm just observing. I was like, wow, like you know how your brain is like the hamster running the wheels, like, you know, like amazing.
I think I do feel that way though, in a sense that I feel like it's too much resources used for something so minute, so pointless, so insignificant.
Yeah.
If I get soy, I get soy. I get oat, I get oat.
Yeah.
There's no difference, but I don't know why I just overrun or over-process decisions. Do you think it's because I'm indecisive or like, I don't know, like afraid of making the wrong choices?
Yeah, I think it's more like that one. I don't think it's indecisive. It's more like you want to make the best option. You want to pick the best option. Make sure that you don't fail in that sense. You want to be in control.
I think
you don't want to feel like, you're the failure, like, shit, like the rest of the afternoon, be like, damn it, this soy flour tastes like shit, I should have picked, like, you want to avoid that, so you end up, like, spending way too much time just standing in front of the cashier, like, the whole NI loop, like, just, like, be like, like, soy, like, why I'm having this question right now? Is there a reason? This is the second time I'm having this thought in my mind. The last week, I did the same thing here, why I always question myself, and then you just, like, it's like zooming out from one tiny question, or soy, and then you just blah, 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 like zooming out to like more and more and more.
Yeah.
Why plant-based milk? why milk? Why I always have to come to this cafe at 2 p.m.? Like something like that.
Is it a good
kinda like-
decision to come to this cafe or to try a new one?
Yeah.
Like, am I wasting my money? Coming to the same place again and again and again,
Yeah.
like the same experience, or should I be utilizing the money in a better way
Yeah.
by going to different cafes so I can expand like my knowledge on different cafes in Melbourne? I think I really think too much, man.
I think it's like your
I don't know why.
personal struggle, what sometimes you want to do unconsciously. Like you probably end up at that cafe for a reason. Like probably your body just like because you're most comfortable, the closest you walk there. At the same time, like your mind has that one thing is like what you should be doing. That is the best. Like, oh, but what if I go to try that new cafe? That's what other people do. Like, it'll be nice if I try a different new cafe every week so I can, I have bigger database, like the sample data that I can tell people this is nice, this is not nice. I try more things like more exposure in control in that sense. So it seems like you have what you actually want to do and you have something that you feel like you should be doing. That's why maybe at the end of the day, it's like your ideal self and your actual self fighting.
Yeah.
Like it's a fucking flat wire.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, what if that's something I should be doing, but I didn't do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get what you mean though. Because I feel like
You're fighting with yourself all the time.
all the time, yeah. It's always like internal conflict.
Yeah.
It's always like different sides of me just fighting with one another constantly.
Yeah.
Sounds so cliche. And I don't know. I don't even know what cliche means at this point. Sometimes like when you use a word too many times and then you just forget the meaning of the word.
It's
like
actually
the real
becoming
meaning.
cliche, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. I guess I just want everything, like at the same time, like I do want to try all the different cafes just to gain more data.
Mm.
So I can be like, yeah, I try this, I try that. Kind of know which one tastes better, which one do soy better, which one, this and that. But at the same time, I want that neighborhood cafe feel
Yeah.
that I always crave, and because I feel like that makes me feel very home. I think that's because, like, when I grew up, my parents typically go to the same restaurants every week.
Mm.
Not every day.
Mm.
We maybe have like 10 to 15 restaurants that we will recycle. No, not cycle.
That's actually
We
a
will take
lot.
turns. Okay, you know what? I'll take that back. Maybe not 10 to 15. Wait, let me just. Maybe 10.
That's still a lot, but
Yeah.
okay.
Maybe
cool.
10 places that we just like constantly just different times. It's like we're just picking from this. Might as well just throw a dice and just go whichever.
Yeah.
And it always feels homey. It always feels like, oh, the people know us.
So you feel like that has an impact on how you pick things, like make decision this day? You want to just stick with something you're comfortable, like the rotating one, but at the same time you feel like, no, I should be going exploring, trying new things. But do you actually have to do it? Like who was that voice in your head? Oh, I should be trying new things.
I think like opportunity cost.
Mm.
I think that's what I normally think. I think like you mentioned, me wanting to make the best decision
Yeah.
instead of making a decision that's not the best or not so efficient maybe. Or I cannot gain the most
Yeah.
from the decision. That's why I have to justify everything. Because like me, okay, first of all, shout out to Mr. Summit. They're based in City Road in South Bank. They're just very lovely, our go-to cafe right now.
Quality, quantity, the best.
Every way, yeah. And value for money, good vibes. They have toasties. Unfortunately, no vegan toasties. So if they're listening to this, please, if you can whip up a
Don't-
vegan toasty.
Don't give shit down.
No, but I love them. Yeah, the baristas, the workers, and the music. Very important. Very, very important. The music,
Yeah.
good vibes.
It's quite different every time. Time
Yeah.
to time they change it, but quite nice.
But they're all still within the music that we listen to. Like they were playing Queen.
Oh.
Yeah, Kung Fu Fighting, Kung Fu
Yeah,
Hustle.
today. Quite cute, actually.
Meanwhile, yesterday we went to this cafe that was just playing. I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah, it was very
wasn't
old
rock,
school, like
it's just-
country-ish kind
Yeah.
of like, what?
like God, dude, this. I don't want to listen to them when I'm drinking coffee.
But it's okay with Pet a Cat.
Yeah, and a cat, kind of scratch you.
I find it kind of interesting is that I don't really force myself to try new things. I feel like I used to have that concept like, oh, everyone's trying new things, people going places, I should be trying maybe this new laksa place is better. But I think now I kind of just accept that, like, why I have to force myself out of my comfort zone. If I go to this laksa place, I like it, I 10 times still good, I'll just keep going back for like a year or 2 years.
Yeah.
Why risking it? Like, I don't have that thinking. I was like, oh, what if this place is even better?
Yeah.
I'm just happy and satisfied that I just like, oh, yeah, here's the expectation. Meet it. I'm just gonna stay there. I'll just go to the same laksa place for like 2 years straight.
Yeah. You don't have the curiosity if like there's a better option out there?
No.
I think that's something I'm struggling with. I mean, no. I take it back. I wouldn't say that it's something that I'm
I
struggling
think
with.
it's like the moment I like one place, I'm so confident, like, no, bitch, like, there's no other better places than this place that I go. Which is objectively could be wrong, but I'm just so confident out of nowhere. Like, I never tried the place, but I was just like, no.
Yeah.
I like this place, so it's the best.
Ignorance is bliss.
Because you like it, so you make it the best.
Yeah.
To your perspective.
Yeah, and liking is subjective, right? Like,
Yeah,
you
exactly,
like it, it doesn't mean that there is objectively the best.
Yeah. I think that's why I don't struggle with the whole, like, what if there's actually better options,
Okay.
I should be trying this new cafe. Like, no, I like Mr. Summit. I just stick with it. I go every week. I'm happy.
Yeah. Because I'm happy going so far, like, every weekend.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I don't think I had a thought, oh, yeah, I want to try a different cafe. But it's only when I'm in my loop or when I'm overthinking a bit, just like, sometimes I just like to sit down and reflect upon all my decisions that I make, even my food choices. That's why I can just like regret things like, oh yeah, I shouldn't have eaten that 3 days ago, which is what the fuck, like that's not helpful at all. You've already eaten it, like just move on. What's the point of like feeling guilt over a decision like 3 days ago?
Yeah. I think it's kind of like the concept of actual self and ideal self sometimes. Like the ultimate, the ideal version of Aaron Lowe should be making this decision, he should be doing planking like 10 minutes a day, he should be running 2 laps a day. He would be, who knows, maybe trying a new cafe every week, and like he'll be so productive doing podcasts once a week. Then maybe you have that ideal self, like that imagination in yourself that you should be doing that, then that's your best self, but your actual self is like a little bit gap in between. That's why sometimes you caught yourself tripping, kind of like, oh shit, like, am I supposed to be doing this or should I do a bit more?
That's a really good point.
Yeah. I feel like 50% or probably even 70% of like when I look at people around me, a lot of their personal issues struggle. I feel like it comes from the conflicts between actual self, ideal self. Like the whole concept of I should be doing this, like, who the fuck told you to do that? No one. You told yourself, it's
cognitive
your own
dissonance.
your own concept of ideal self and actual self that you feel like you should be doing that. Like, I feel like I should be doing this more when I'm at my age of like 27. I should be more than that, No one said that. At the end of the day, it's your ideal self. It's just like how your ideal self and your actual self, like, they're not really matching. The gap's getting bigger and bigger. So you really just like, yeah.
No. I think that's very true, first of all. Because I now that I reflect, I think it's 100% true. But at the same time, I feel like I do need to take action instead of just thinking. Like an example would be an ideal self, an ideal Aaron self. I don't know if I'm making sense anymore. But would be, working out every day.
Yeah.
Either planking, push-ups, whatever, walking, jogging, anything, yoga. But because I'm not doing it on a daily basis due to my limited capacity at the moment, I'm constantly living in like guilt.
Yeah,
Or
you do.
Not just guilt. I mean, I think guilt is a very big one. Very, very big. Probably like one of the main one.
Most of the time you don't know you have that. You just feel off. But if you ask yourself, like, you can actually analyze and come to a conclusion like, oh, because I'm not walking. What's wrong with not walking? Because I don't feel productive. What does it mean not being productive? Like, you don't feel your best self. You don't feel, so it means you have that gap from your ideal self. The ideal of Aaron Lowe should be walking like 3-4 times a week. So it's not just like, sometimes I think it's a little bit thinking like you're not just off. The whole reason why you're off is like pa. There's so many steps.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate that. I appreciate this conversation. I feel like it gives me a little bit more insight. Because to me, like, I just want to solve problems, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's quite simple. A lot of things like you do something or you don't do something, like basically whatever. I feel like most of the problem this day, for example, take this one as an example, like the whole thing of like the conflicts, the gap between ideal self and actual self. You either do more, try to match it, try to push your actual self to your ideal self. That's the motivational way, whatever, or you adjust your expectation. So it sounds bad, but
I don't
you
think it
kind
is.
of tone it down a bit, your ideal self. You don't go too crazy. So you match with like, you either bring your actual self up or you
Bring your
pull
ideal self down.
Yeah, in that sense. So it sounds simple, but the actual execution is difficult.
Yeah.
So I think that's the point. But like the idea of it, that in theory is super simple. It's just like how you're gonna execute, what's the exact step you're supposed to do. Like you need to know you have the whole concept of ideal self. Because a lot of people, they struggle, but they don't know the whole struggle is that they have the imagination of themselves in their mind that they should be doing that. Like, man, I should have like 100K my income, like that's why I'm unhappy. But I'm just unhappy, but I never realized that I have this ideal self version of myself. That's why I'm struggling. So you need to have that self-awareness. Then like you have to have a really clear like look of yourself, like how you are like right now. What's your actual self and what was your ideal self? Then how do we put one down or like put one up?
Yeah, basically just very solution focused.
Yeah. Basically for me, my way, I feel like I wouldn't do too much to reach my ideal self. So what I did is that I adjust my expectation for my ideal self. So I make it a bit easier. So now my gap between my actual self and ideal self is not that bad.
Okay.
That's why I'm happy. Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense because isn't that the more productive way anyway?
Yeah.
Isn't that the more sustainable way? Because let's just say, like, if I don't adjust my standards for my ideal self to be more realistic, let's just put it that way.
Yeah, that's a good word.
Okay. And if it's not realistic enough, like for me, I'm like, no, I have to like, work out every day. And I know that I'm going to miss a couple of days per week. Right? And what, I'm going to live with that guilt for the rest of my life? That doesn't sound right.
That's
And
not healthy, yeah.
that's not healthy at all, yeah. So might as well like adjust to something realistic. Or what's it called? Measurable, blah, 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 achievable goal.
Yeah, smart goals.
Smart goals, there you go.
Yeah.
Still very relevant to this date.
Shit, I don't even remember the first S. Is it subjective?
No, 100% not.
What's up? Smart. Oh shit.
100% not. Subjective. One of the
No.
criterion.
I can't believe it's literally
Criteria.
half of my job, but I forgot about. What's the first one? Specific.
Yeah.
Specific, measurable,
Attainable.
realistic,
Is it? I'm not too sure. And time.
realistic, and time frame.
Within a
yeah.
time frame, yeah.
Yeah, but I think in real life, like most of the time, I wouldn't put time frame. The moment you put time frame, you're stressing yourself out.
Me too, man. That's
Yeah.
me and my podcast
Yeah.
every day.
Like you can do the first four, like be specific, measurable, attainable. The main thing is attainable.
100%.
Man, I want to be president. How about I be the prime minister of Australia? What the fuck? I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, speaking of goals as well, I'm just a bit curious, like when it comes to money, do you have any goals with money? Do you think like there's something that you're working towards? I feel like with money, I was definitely quite of a tight ass growing up because of my parents, Asian parents and all that stuff, and especially my mom. So I used to spend a lot of time with my mom, and I think she's quite, I wouldn't say calculative, but she is very pragmatic with money, very realistic, always striving for what's valuable. She's 100% not materialistic, doesn't give a shit about branded stuff. Head to toe, Uniqlo. I love Uniqlo, by the way. But I feel like recently, obviously being a full-time working adult, it's quite of a transition to start earning your own money, start making purchases for yourself, knowing that it's all yours. Like, it's your own decision to make. Yeah. It's not like someone gifting it to you. because you're not receiving allowance or anything.
The independence.
Yeah. Took a while to adjust, I would say.
Basically, sense of control again.
Think like it's definitely sort of like changing as well here and there. I mean, in the sense like, I think when I first started earning money, right, I was very pragmatic as well. I think right now I'm definitely still pragmatic, same thing. But I feel like I allow myself to see that money can purchase things or experience or services that can also improve your mental health. I know that sounds very, it's like everyone should know that kind of thing. Like, how some people, when they have desserts, they're like, oh, I'm eating desserts to de-stress.
Yeah.
But I never agreed with that. I'm always just like, man, if you're stressed, shut the fuck up. Like, dessert ain't gonna do shit. It's gonna increase your blood sugar level.
Man, just let people be.
I'm definitely just projecting 100%. 100%. I mean that. I mean, but to be fair, it's like I was in a different headspace as well, right? I feel like when you're not in a very healthy headspace, you typically just project and
see the negative bit
in everything, yeah.
Like, you can't say they don't exist. Obviously, everything has positive and negative bits, but you tend to look at that one.
Yeah. I guess the reason why I somehow just talk about money because I was reminded of what William asked me. He was just like, how much money is enough? As in, what's the end goal? I've been thinking about it. Obviously, I have like a annual specific number of salary that I'm aiming towards. But it's all just because, why? Oh, the number sounds good.
So lame.
Nothing else, yeah. It doesn't make a difference. I don't think my lifestyle will change as much. I'll be very honest with you. I feel like I'm quite simple.
Yeah.
When it comes to money.
Yeah.
I feel like I genuinely...
Nothing much for you to
There's
spend
nothing...
on.
Yeah, there's nothing that I actually want. That's why I just don't buy things. It's not like I don't buy things for myself because I hate myself.
You just don't
I'm trying to
have
repress.
the desire.
Yeah.
It took you like months just to buy like $100 mic. Like
100 plus, yeah.
You have the money.
Yeah.
But you're just very conscious, like, to make the decision and everything. So
yeah.
Just your personality in general, you can't go crazy. Like, it's contradicting your personality and excessive buying.
Yeah. And that one, once again, I really have to attribute that to my mom. Because my mom is like the opposite of a hoarder. I don't know what's the word. Like, she needs to throw everything.
Yeah.
To the point where I'm a very sentimental person, right? I like to keep things, like whatever.
I can tell, yeah.
Badges from school, whatever it is, a tie pin, just to remember.
Like boxes of things.
Correct. Boxes of things of memorabilia.
Yeah.
I cannot pronounce the word for the life of me. She never allowed that. She basically threw most things at times without my permission, which I'm not happy about. But to tell you, right now, my entire life, she only allowed me to keep one shoebox of things. When I go back to Malaysia,
not gonna lie,
to
that
visit,
sounds a little bit fucked up mentally. Like,
it
sounds
does.
like some...
It is. It's way too much control. Like,
yeah.
I'm not allowed to be an individual.
It's a sense of control for her, but to you, that sounds a little bit fucked up, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Considering now you're much older, like, it sounds more...
Although, I must be completely honest, I feel like I sometimes do hoard when... Maybe I only hoard because I spend the most part of my life doing the opposite of it. Like right now, sense. I wouldn't say I'm hoarding, but there's many things that I can throw. Like, I'm just looking around and I can see
you
boxes.
You want to keep it and see, like, maybe.
Just in case.
Yeah. You're just in case, yeah.
But like, what the fuck? I don't need many of these things, you know what I mean? I feel like I have so many shit that I should just chuck it. Like, the best example is I didn't unpack quite a few boxes for a couple of years now. The fact that I didn't unpack them, it means that I would never needed to access them. If I didn't need to access them for the past 2 years, what makes me think that I need to access them in the future?
Yeah.
I've already lived 2 years of my life-ish without it.
That's true.
Maybe more.
That's true, yeah.
And I think having things around me or like possessions genuinely scrambles my mind a bit. Because to me, it's like, so messy.
Yeah.
I think definitely come from my
Quite
mom.
interesting.
Yeah. Just so you know, I really appreciate the conversation that we had today.
Are you wrapping up?
Yeah.
Oh, sure, okay.
I just feel like it's slow paced. It's natural, but it's the type of episode that I would like to publish once in a while. It's different. It's like when I listen to podcast episode, I don't want to listen like bam 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 the whole thing.
Don't you think you're being very vulnerable? You're basically like letting another person analyze your shit in front of like random stranger online listening to you who don't even know your last name.
That is, I mean, my last name is literally on my podcast.
Yeah, but maybe
unfortunately.
they didn't check.
That's true, that's true. I think it's alright. I mean, I don't feel vulnerability is a weakness, nor do I see it.
Do you feel
that it
vulnerable though in the first place?
I don't think so.
Then yeah.
I feel like it's just like talking. Okay, today, how it felt like, it's as if like me asking someone, hey, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
So it's a very neutral, like basic day-to-day thing.
Yeah. Like if someone said, oh yeah, my favorite ice cream flavor is mint chocolate chip. I'm like, oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a childhood trauma.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I mean, it's not like I'm sharing specific details of my life. Am I?
Nah, not really.
Yeah. Even if I am, I feel like that's normal, right? Like when I'm having conversations with people, it will slip in here and there. It depends.
Yeah.
Depends. Obviously speaking, the person I'm having the conversation with will change the context of everything. But no, I don't have a problem with that. I don't see how anyone can use it against me.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
Yeah. I don't see how anyone can like twist it against me. And even if they can, I don't think it will affect me.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, haha, you're this and that. I'm like, I am.
Like, haha, lame, you have self-awareness? Haha,
Yeah. Yeah. Anyhow, everyone, I just want to say thank you for listening to this episode of Low High Trips, where we welcome Kasey back to the podcast. I mean, like one-on-one,
Ah, yeah, true, yeah.
It's been a long time. What do you think about this new podcast setup?
Not comfy, but yeah.
Thank you for your brutal honesty.
I think it helped with my posture, but
Yeah, I think we both need help with our postures, if I'm honest.
and my back, I'm just
Can't wait to see a chiropractor. Crack me body, mate. Yeah, with that, thank you for listening. Stay high, stay low, stay safe. This is Aaron.
This is Kasey.
Stay tuned for the next episode. Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, my hands are too short. Can you help me end the episode?
Which button? This one?
Oh my god! No, it's the one with the square.
Square one?
Yeah, it's